Imagine being a tiny kid growing up in one of the roughest parts of Philadelphia. Your father is addicted to drugs and keeps going in and out of jail. People laugh at your height. You don't have money, connections, or any Hollywood advantages. Now imagine that same kid becoming one of the most famous comedians on earth. That's the story of Kevin Hart, a story filled with jokes, pain, success, betrayal, friendship, family, and moments that almost destroyed him. And somehow, he turned all of it into comedy.
Burger, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking shit, you know what I mean? Talking dip niggas, you know what I mean? Talking to me, right? You know what I'm saying? He came back, I'm like,
Kevin Hart was born on July 6, 1979, in Philadelphia. He was raised mostly by his mother, Nancy Hart, alongside his older brother, Robert. His mother worked extremely hard to keep the family together. Meanwhile, Kevin's father, Henry Hart, struggled with cocaine addiction and spent time in and out of prison. Kevin has said many times that comedy became his survival mechanism. Life around him was chaotic, stressful, and sometimes painful. But when people laughed, the tension disappeared. As a child, Kevin noticed something powerful. Humor could save him from trouble. One famous story he told was about his mother trying to punish him with a belt. Right before getting hit, he made a joke so ridiculous that she burst out laughing instead. That moment stayed with him forever. He realized words could completely change a situation.
you don't have to fight when you don't think you're going to win. There's certain things you can do to let a person know that you're not ready to fight. I was arguing with this guy, we at a club, he's sitting down, I'm like, dude, I said, you know what, say something else to me, I promise you, I'm gonna smack the shit at you. And I mean that. Say something else, I'm gonna smack the shit at you. Like, that's my thug look right there. You know, thugs get the clap in their hands and stand up, say something else. On everything I love, I'm gonna smack the shit at you, B. For real. And he got up, and he was bigger than I thought he was. And I was like, come on, give me a hug, bring it in. I'm serious, this is stupid. Come on, man. There's no reason for us to act. You can't fight nobody doing this. Come on, man.
In school, Kevin was much shorter than almost everyone around him. While other kids were growing taller and stronger, Kevin stayed tiny. People joked about his height constantly. But instead of fighting with fists, Kevin fought with humor. He became the funniest guy in every room. He would imitate teachers, roast his friends, and turn embarrassing situations into jokes. That ability made people love being around him. Kevin later admitted that deep down, humor was also protection. If people were laughing with him, they weren't laughing at him. He also loved basketball and attended camps with talented young athletes, including a teenage Kobe Bryant. Even back then, Kevin understood something important. You don't always have to be the biggest person in the room to stand out.
I'm about to show y'all my fight move, all right? What? Who you talking to? Do you don't know me? Don't talk like you know me. Bitch, say something else. That's it.
After high school, Kevin briefly attended community college but quickly realized it wasn't for him. What he really wanted was stand-up comedy. There was just one problem. Nobody thought he was funny. Kevin started performing in small comedy clubs under the nickname Lil Kev, and honestly, the performances were terrible. Crowds ignored him. Sometimes people booed him off stage. Some audiences barely reacted at all. Imagine walking onto a stage full of confidence, then hearing silence after every joke. That happened to Kevin constantly. To survive financially, he worked as a shoe salesman, and while selling shoes, he practiced comedy non-stop by making customers laugh. Even during one of the hardest periods of his life, Kevin refused to quit. Most people would have given up. He didn't.
I was with my mom, right? Me and my mom, we in the parking lot of Best Buy. I'm looking for a parking space. Now, all the spaces was taken, but there was one truck about to back into this parking spot, but he was taking too long, so I got mad, I stole it. I whipped into the spot real fast. Like, you know when you're wrong because you put your head down and roll your windows out. You don't want to look at him, you start humming, Out of nowhere, the guy got out the truck. He was like, yo, man, I know you saw me about to back into that spot. If you back out, we're gonna have a problem. Chinese guy, right? Now with my mom, so I ain't gonna be no bitch. I was like, well, I guess we got a problem. This is how I know I didn't want this problem. This is exactly what he did to me. He's like, oh, so we got a problem? Do we? Get in the car. Get in the car, Mom. Anybody that smacked their knees twice is an assassin. He about to... kick your goddamn temple off your face. That's what he about to do. My mom trying, why are we getting the goddamn car? Before he kill us, Mom.
Eventually, Kevin realized something huge. He was trying too hard to sound like other comedians. The moment he started talking about his real life, everything changed. He began telling stories about his father's addiction, his strict mother, his height, awkward relationships, embarrassing moments, fear, and insecurity. And suddenly, audiences connected with him because he sounded real, not like a celebrity, not like a perfect Hollywood actor, just a normal guy with crazy life stories. That authenticity became his superpower.
I think my dad only lived in the house with me in like my really younger years. Like maybe from like 5 to 7, maybe 8 if I can remember. Like I didn't grow up with like my dad home. You know, so when my mom was like, fuck that, you're out of here, it was over. Like my dad, he was a weekend dad. Or every other weekend dad. Or, you know, during the week stop by. Then he was in and out of jail. Then he got on drugs. We didn't see him at all.
Soon, Kevin started appearing in TV shows and smaller movie roles. Then came the huge breakthrough films: Ride Along, Central Intelligence, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. Suddenly, the little kid from Philadelphia was everywhere. Movies, commercials, stand-up specials, interviews, social media. Kevin Hart had officially become a global superstar.
I think if you get kicked in the face, you deserved it, because that means that you watched the foot come to your face. Got to be an asshole to fight somebody using their feet. The person I saw get kicked in the face, the reason why I laughed is because when he got kicked, he looked at us for confirmation. Like he needed approval on what just happened. He's like, yo, shit, yo. Like, it was him, yeah. It was...
One of the biggest reasons fans love Kevin is his friendship with Dwayne Johnson. The two look like a human joke together. The Rock is massive, muscular, and intimidating. Kevin is short, loud, sarcastic, and constantly roasting him. Their interviews became legendary because they act like two best friends bullying each other nonstop. But behind the jokes, there's genuine loyalty. Dwayne Johnson has openly said he cares deeply about Kevin, and Kevin often refers to him like a brother.
My name is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Known as the champ. Here doing some interviews, and I'll be interviewing Kevin Hart.
Hey, what's up, man? All right, cool. Good to see you, Rock. All right. What we got here? Okay, we got all the shoulder shot. We got a shot right here. Okay, cool. Hey. Boss man. Hey, make sure you give me the thing. All right. Yeah.
What type of person were you in school? Were you a jock, huh? Ladies man, nerd, which one?
Class clown. I was a class clown. Back in high school. I was a class clown. Because I was the one I was just making everybody laugh. I was the one who I would throw my voice. And be like, hey, he did the thing. And then he'd get into...
Kevin married his first wife, Tori Hart, and together they had 2 children. But as Kevin's fame exploded, their relationship slowly fell apart, eventually ending in divorce. Later, Kevin married Eniko Hart. Everything looked perfect from the outside. Then came one of the biggest scandals of his life. In 2017, Kevin became involved in a cheating controversy while Eniko was pregnant. The internet exploded. News channels, gossip pages, and social media destroyed him publicly. Kevin later posted an emotional apology video admitting he had hurt his family. For many fans, this was the first time they saw Kevin not as the funny guy, but as a flawed human being. And honestly, that made the story even more real, because success doesn't magically fix personal mistakes.
I'm about to tell you what you need to know to make it, all right? There's some more classified stuff. All you know how to do is open your hands, close them, and point. That's it. I know it sounds crazy, y'all like, what? But I'm telling y'all, it look good. Watch this. I'm not gonna sing nothing, but tell me this don't look like I'm about to say some stuff. Look at this. You're like, oh shit. He gonna say something!
Then came the moment that completely changed Kevin's life. In 2019, Kevin Hart was involved in a horrific car accident. The crash severely injured his spine and back. For someone constantly moving, working, traveling, filming, and performing, suddenly not being able to move properly was terrifying. Kevin later admitted the accident changed the way he sees life. During recovery, he struggled to walk again. Simple tasks became difficult, and for the first time in years, he was forced to slow down. That period made him realize something important. Money means nothing if you lose your health and family. Ironically, even during recovery, Kevin still tried making jokes. That's who he is. Even in pain, he looks for laughter.
He's like, you know what I mean? I'm talking to the dude, right, man, and he talking about woo, 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 woo. Right? So I'm like, right? You know what I mean? They come at me, I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
Kevin Hart is known for having one of the craziest work ethics in entertainment. He wakes up early, trains constantly, films movies, does stand-up tours, runs businesses, creates podcasts, produces content non-stop. Some people around him even described him as addicted to work. But after the accident, Kevin started trying to balance life better. He began spending more time with his children and family instead of only focusing on business. One quote from Kevin became famous: "You can't be married to your career and date your family." That line hit a lot of people hard, because it came from someone who learned it the painful way.
Don't do good with thug stuff, thug activity. I had one thug dude tell me he was gonna pop the trunk on me one time. He's like, say something else, I'm gonna pop the trunk on your bitch ass. Everybody ran. I was like, well, where'd you park? And looked at me like I was crazy. Man, get out of there. I just want to know how far it was.
The reason Kevin Hart became so successful isn't just because he's funny. It's because people see themselves in him. He's insecure sometimes. He makes mistakes. He fails publicly. He gets embarrassed. He says dumb things. He works too much. He feels human. And somehow, he turns even the worst moments of his life into stories that make millions of people laugh. That's rare. Very rare.
You wanna know what's really keeping me from being tough? Look at this. This is really holding me back. Look at this shit here. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at this shit here. This is really fucking me up, man. Cause ain't nothing tough about this. It don't matter what you say. Ain't nobody gonna take you serious if you swing your feet. It don't matter. I will kill everybody in this bitch tonight. Nobody fucking playing with y'all. Y'all think it's a game? No, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the way people treat me around here. Would you talk to a guy who swung his feet? If you at a club and I try to talk to you, come in, baby, let me holler at you for a second. You, girl, you know damn well who I'm talking to. Just wait a second. Let me climb down and get my feet together. Wait a minute now.
Kevin Hart's story is bigger than comedy. It's the story of a kid who used laughter to survive pain. A kid who got rejected over and over again. A kid people underestimated because of his size. And yet, he became one of the biggest entertainers in the world. Not because life was easy, but because he refused to stop. And maybe that's why people connect with him so much. Behind every joke, there's a real person who fought through chaos, failure, embarrassment, and pain, and still found a reason to laugh.